Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be reviewing yet another Jada Toys action figure, and this is the Ultra Street Fighter 2, the Final Challengers Fei Long by Jada Toys, of course. And I really hope this figure is really good. I've heard lots of good things about this one, especially that it's got really good articulation and everything. But yeah, these guys got me, man. I don't know anything about this character, really. I didn't even know, like, his actual name until just a while ago when I started collecting the Jada toys. But yeah, I just got it because, I know I'm gonna have fun with this figure. So let's get into the video. Take this guy out of the box and take a closer look. But of course, question of the day, I wanted to ask you guys whether you would take like just pure looks, the way the figure looks, like sculpt and like aesthetic pretty much, or posability. I really love it when figures find a way to get a balance of both, like between two different properties of the figure. But I take posability any day, man. When I get a figure, I'm expecting it to move really well, especially when when it has a really big price point, like 70-80 bucks. So I would rather take posability in some places instead of the aesthetic and everything. But that's just me. Let me know what you guys think. Let's get straight into the video. So there's the figure out of the box. Really quick, let's take a look at the box itself. So this is a really good packaging, like I've done before in my other videos on these figures. It looks like an arcade cabinet, of course. So they're pretty much all the same, but it's just got a picture of Fei Long with his name, and then some extra information about the character, country of origin, Hong Kong, fighting style, kung fu, and then just the first wave of these figures on the back, with the character selection, and then some art on the sides, and then that's about it for the box. I really like the packaging, by the way. It's just that was really clever for them to do. But really quick, let's go over on the aesthetic. And this guy looks really well done. Like all the figures in this line, they do have texturing on the clothes. Obviously this guy is shirtless, so he only has pants on. But there is texturing on the pants, and there's shading everywhere on the whatchamacallit, on the chest and the arms and everything. The paint work on the head could be a little bit better, but it looks really good. I think I really like that stylized look for the faces. The other one looks really well done too. I would have liked some shading for the hair. I think it's supposed to be brown. It looks a little bit dark on camera, I think. But yeah, the paint work and everything, it looks really great. Like I said before, this is a $25 figure. You're getting a lot for the money you pay. It's really insane, honestly, what they're giving us for $25. Every figure is $25, by the way, so that's really insane. I honestly don't have any problems with the way the figure looks or anything. The proportions are on just right. I do think the legs or the thighs are a little bit sticking out, but I think it's just because these are like baggy pants, so I think they look just fine. These characters are stylized, so it looks just fine. And then the paint here on the on the shoes, on these flats, could be a little bit better. But it looks fine to me, honestly. I don't really have a problem with the paint aside from here on the shoes. But yeah, the paint work and the proportions and everything, the way the figure looks, it looks really great. I think I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 9.5. And then moving on to the accessories, it's pretty standard across all these figures so far. I have 4 of them already, which is kind of insane. They've got me hooked this hard. But of course the figure comes out of the box with the neutral head sculpt and then these 2 fist hands. And then standard, it comes with 2 separate hands for his kung fu moves. He's getting ready to throw a punch or whatever. And then a separate head sculpt where he looks a little bit more focused. I like the paint work on this one, by the way. It looks a little bit better. The eyebrows could be raised, or they are raised a little bit higher I think they should be set a little lower, but it looks really good, honestly. So yeah, there's that head sculpt, and then it comes with fire effect for his Shienkyaku. I did look that up, by the way. I don't know that off the top of my head. So that's for his fire kick. And I think he can get into that pose for his fire kick. I'll show you guys that in the articulation. But yeah, the accessories and everything, they're really good. Like I said, I've been saying this over and over again. They really could have just put separate hands. They didn't have to put a separate head, let alone a fire piece. I know the Chun-Li and the Ken and Ryu figures, they do come with a stand as well. So they're doing everything they can with the budget they have. I feel like they have the money to throw at this line, like all the money in the world. And they're getting good feedback from it, and I'm pretty sure they're getting good sales. They're getting their money's worth out of doing this. So yeah, the accessories are really great. Just by themselves are okay, but of course when you take into account how much the figure costs, it's an honest 10 out of 10. Really good accessories. So moving on to the articulation, I gotta say the articulation on this guy is really well done. There's one big problem that we'll get to right now, but let's start off with the head. He moves down about that much, moves up about that much. You get side to side about that much, which is really good. And then 360 swivel, and then the head just pops off like that. It's a pretty standard double ball peg. It pops back on pretty easily. And then you do get a bit of movement here at the neck. So the neck is a little bit articulated, so you can get some pretty good subtle poses if you want. And I don't know if they are supposed to be this loose, but the shoulders on mine are a little loose. Which would be fine on its own, but these are fitted joints, and I know they do tend to wear out over time, so that might be a problem in the future, but who knows. Right now it's just fine. They work really well, so they do go up about that much, which is really good. You get 360 for the shoulders. You do get a bit of a butterfly joint, not really. I don't want to mess it up or anything, but you do get some forward movement about that much, which really should be a little bit better, considering that this guy is a martial artist. But you do get pretty good forward movement, putting the elbow movement and everything together. And then the bicep swivel goes all the way around, double jointed elbows. I don't know how I feel about the fitted joints just yet, honestly. So they work pretty well, but they don't always look the best. I know that these do tend to move out of place, or wear out pretty much. But I'm not going to be moving these around too much. And then you do get a standard ball hinge for the wrist. You do get movement about that high, and then about that high, 360 degrees. And here's my first big problem: the torso articulation. You think he'd get pretty good articulation here at the middle, right? But he really doesn't get any at all, which kind of sucks. He does get backwards movement about that much. I'm not sure what they were thinking, honestly. You can move it a little bit, but it flexes back, so you get pretty much no articulation at the torso, which kind of blows, honestly. I'm not sure what they were thinking when they were designing this figure. I'm trying to movement. I'm not sure if it's just mine, but you get pretty much no articulation here at the torso. You get a little bit, just a little bit here, but then it just moves back. So that's kind of a bummer. That's gonna bring it down a little bit. But the diaphragm is really good. You do get some gapping here on the back, but it would be a lot better if you could get some movement here at the torso. So that kind of blows. But the legs, really well done. You do get complete splits. You do have to work around this piece a little bit. It is a softer plastic, so you don't have to worry about it warping or anything. But the legs do go up about that high, which is not a lot. You do get a little bit more if you move the diaphragm, so you do get a good high kick. You get a little bit more if you move it off to the side, so you can get about that high, and you can't get it into his Shinkaku pose. So it sucks just looking like that, but can move it around and make it look a lot better. But you can get it into the kicking pose, so that's really good. You just got to move around the the figure a little bit, figure out how it works, and then you'll be good to go. So the legs honestly do work really well. You just have to figure out how the figure moves and everything. And then going backwards, not very good movement because you do have the sculpted butt cheeks, but it is what it is. It's not that good, but what are you gonna do? And then you do have a cut here at the thighs. You do get it's not completely flush because the wrinkles are sculpted and everything. So if you move it out of place, it is gonna look a little bit weird if you look at it like right at it. But it looks just fine to me. And then here at the double jointed knees, of course, these are fitted joints, so you have to break them in a little bit. See there? They work just fine, but they don't always look the best. That looks kind of gross, honestly, but it's whatever. I know I'm saying lots of bad things about the articulation, but it's honestly not that bad, considering the $25 price point, of course. You always have to think about that, and then you do get some movement here at the ankle, right here, where the cuff is for the pants. So you do get a little bit extra movement, and then just upwards movement about that high for the foot, and then about that low. So really good feet articulation. No toe hinge, which kind of blows. Let me see. You can get maybe like that if you do it like this, but the ankle rocker doesn't really work the way it's supposed to. I think if you do it like this, I don't know, there's kind of an ankle rocker, but not really at the same time. So the articulation is pretty decent. I feel like it could be a lot better. Right now, the figure that I have in this line with the best articulation definitely has to be the Chun-Li. Really good articulation. But for what it is, it's pretty decent. You do get really good movement there at the legs. Almost no movement at the torso, which kind of blows. Don't know what they were thinking there, but for what it is, it's really good articulation. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 7.5 out of 10. So that was my review on the Jada Toys Ultra Street Fighter 2, the Final Challengers Fei Long. Super long title. It's so funny saying that every time at the end of these videos. But it's a really good figure, honestly. It's got a couple of problems, but I think it is one of the better figures in this line so far. Well, out of the 4 figures that I have, because I know the Dalsim and the M Bison are out officially. I did find this one at my Target, so you might be able to find those at Target as well. I just took a trip because I was bored and I found this and I was like, I guess I'll pick it up. I have some money to spare. But yeah, this is a really good figure. I really like this figure a lot. You can see you can get into some pretty good poses. It took a while to balance, but it looks pretty good, doesn't it? And I think it's a really good figure. Obviously, it does have its problems, but I think overall, considering the price point, of course, as always, I think it's a pretty solid 8.5 out of 10. I think it's a really good figure. That's my video for today. I have another video coming up. I don't want to spoil it right now, but I'll go ahead and just say it outright. I do have a posing video coming up. I should be out next week. Sorry I haven't been posting as much. I am sick. If you couldn't tell, I got sick again. I did have a video of me playing Smash Brothers planned, but I had it was a mess, honestly, trying to get it to put together, and I was just so tired the other day, and I just thought, I'm just gonna scrap it. But I did get a new GameCube controller, so it was a video of me unboxing this thing, and showing you guys some gameplay and everything about how I play. You know, spoiler alert, you didn't miss anything. I kind of suck at Smash Brothers, but it's one of my favorite games of all time. So it sucks I had to scrap that, but maybe I'll get back to it in the future. Well, I did pre-order, no, not pre-order, but I did buy the Denji SH figure arts. It should be coming in within the next week, so maybe I'll have a video up by tomorrow, or maybe not, but I'll definitely have a video up by next Monday. I'll probably be completely better by then. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Question of the day, which would you prefer, aesthetic or posability when it comes to action figures? I'm always gonna pick posability, but figures like this one and the rest of the Jada Toys Street Fighter figures, they can find a balance between posability and aesthetic, which I really love. There is a way to do it, and these guys, they're really blowing everybody out of the water and showing them, you know, it's not so hard to make a really good figure for a low price. You know, I'm looking at you, Hasbro. You know, I say this every time I do one of these these reviews on these figures. It's always Hasbro that gets the brunt of it. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.